about to go
Down.
down. Welcome to the Talk of Life talk show with Elma. Tonight we have our cast, and I'm so excited to be a part of this show. I have Cynthia, I have Linda, Kimberly, and our special guest tonight, and I'm honored to be in her presence.
Yeah. Amen.
I'm honored to even know her. You know, the Bible says, give honor where honor is due. But before we get to this beautiful woman, our scripture for tonight is Philippians 1:6. Being confident of this very thing, that he which has begun a good work in you will perform it until the day of Jesus Christ. And I use that scripture because it means so much, because whatever God has started in you, you're going to finish it. And if you're on this show, we're going to make sure that you finish it, okay? But this is a Christian-based talk show, and tonight we're going to have our special guest is Daphne Brookins, and she's running for the Fort Worth School Board. And this election is going to be November the 5th. The early voting is October the 21st. Through November the 1st. All right, so Miss Daphne, I met Daphne working years ago, and she still is beautiful as when I first met her. So tonight, tell our audience a little bit about your background and how you came to what you do now.
Okay. So I actually am from a small town in South Texas.
And what town would that be?
Portland, Texas, right outside of Corpus Christi.
Okay, yeah, I've heard of Portland, yeah.
Wow.
I've always been that child that loved school and loved to be into everything.
And there was something wrong with you, wasn't it? For you to be loving school, got to be something
I
wrong.
love school.
Okay.
But I also was a student athlete, so I had, both of my parents were athletes.
Good.
You do basketball?
I did all of it. Basketball, volleyball, track, and my father was a professional baseball player, so that's where we got the bug from. Yeah,
Wow,
so we grew up
yeah.
athletes.
Yeah. That's awesome.
What do you play?
He played baseball for the Houston Astros.
Get out of here.
Go Houston Astros! All right.
All right.
That's awesome.
That is.
That
It really
is.
is. What years? What year?
He played through 66 through 73, so he played with the Astros, and he also played with the Twins.
Oh,
Oh, that's good. That's good. That's awesome. And so you started out liking school at an early age.
Right.
So what happened after
Well,
graduation, high school,
yeah.
all this stuff?
so with the sports, that actually is how I was able to go to college. Was on a full scholarship for vocal performance and for sports.
Oh,
So track and field and for the music, and
So you sing?
I do sing. A little bit. I can do a little bit.
Keep finding out more and more about you.
Yes,
Oh my
yes,
gosh.
yes.
Good.
So I went to school at Abilene Christian University first
Okay.
on a
Okay.
4-year scholarship. Majored in English because I like school.
Oh, Lord. English of all courses, English.
Yes,
wow.
yes. And but I actually finished my college education at Texas Wesleyan University. So,
Go Texas Wesleyan,
Go
all
Rams.
right.
Wow.
And I majored in interdisciplinary studies because I was that child that wanted to be involved in everything. And,
That was good.
Yeah, so my emphasis on my studies were business management, psychology, and fine arts. So, yeah.
Good,
Wow.
good. Okay, now, what makes you different? I know you're running for the Fort Worth School Board,
Right.
and it says here, I know you've been involved with the Rising Stars and 25 years of AmeriCorps. You've been busy.
Very busy. Very
I
busy.
mean, I can't put everything on here because she has so much and stuff. But I have a thing with the Rising Star because I was able to do some little stuff. I love working with Daphne, and I looked at your video on the 25 years of AmeriCorps
Right.
and all that. So you want to share some?
Sure. So AmeriCorps is a public service organization, and they work in the communities. And I served in the first class of AmeriCorps in 1994, which was the same class as Michelle Obama. She served as well in 1994. So that was here in Fort Worth with I Have a Dream Foundation, and they just had their 25th anniversary last week. And I was one of the keynote speakers and panelists, and that's where we
All
started.
right. See, I told you we have a celebrity here. Okay.
Yeah, they asked me to come back because now I've actually, this is my second term. I was actually appointed by the governor to serve on the AmeriCorps One Star Foundation board. So I started full circle. So started out as a service member, and now I'm actually one of the members who is administering the money to go to AmeriCorps programs. So
Okay, so
Look at
what
that.
is Rising Star?
Rising Stars is the youth leadership program that I created for the city of Fort Worth for youth ages 13 through 18.
That's awesome.
And basically what it is it's those kids who attend the after school programs after they age out. They didn't have anything to do, so I created this program so they could do college tours, they could meet with community leaders and get the sense of this is where I want to go after I finish high school.
Right.
And so when I came to work with Workforce Solutions, it just so happened that the program that I'm the youth administrator for Workforce is called Rise Up. So it's actually
Yes,
like the next level for the for the youth that are 16 to 24 who are
Yes.
actually trying to get their high school diploma or GED and wanting to go into the work field. So
And by the
it
way,
all
we work
worked
in the
together.
same office. Same office with celebrity.
So, okay, are these at-risk kids, or are these just, you
It's a
said?
combination of everybody. It's a
24.
diverse group. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And
So
do they have to be a dropout to get into this program?
No, they don't.
Okay.
But our focus initiatives for Workforce are those youth who are parenting youth, the foster youth, those youth who have been touched by the system,
Right.
Yeah.
those who feel like there's no hope.
Right.
We're here for them. We want to make sure that they have the opportunity to be successful like everybody else.
And
Right.
that's
That's
awesome.
good.
That is awesome.
And Daphne, one thing about her, she has a passion for this. It's not just, I mean, anybody that work with youth,
Right.
you really have to have a passion.
You really
Because
do.
she had, what, like 400? I mean, at the little thing that you all did not long, you had about
Oh, 400.
400 and
Oh
some
my
youth came out
God.
for,
Our youth summit. Yeah.
the youth
Wow.
summit.
Yeah,
Oh,
we,
okay.
we were, we got the opportunity to work with the Texas Municipal League, and they granted us the opportunity to host over 400 kids at
Yes.
Tarrant County College, Trinity campus. And they came from all over Texas. It wasn't just Fort Worth. These kids came from
Yeah,
all
all
over
over. Isn't
Texas.
that
something?
Yeah, and we taught them some of the things that we teach our kids here with Workforce, and then we brought in some keynote speakers and some celebrities, and they got to know a lot of people, got to do a
Yes.
lot of things, and they got to lead with certifications, CPR, and
That's
the
good.
active shooting and all of that.
Yes.
So
Oh, that's
we did a lot of training with them.
Yes.
So it was a great opportunity that we got to work with TCC with that.
So is that the reason you want to be on the school board?
Well, you know.
It's children. She loves
Yeah,
So
them.
it's
you love
working with
kids
youth.
and
Yeah,
Yeah, she
it's
loves
working
that.
with youth, and I want to make sure these are supposed to be our next leaders.
That's
so
right.
I want to make sure that they have everything that they need in order to lead us.
Right.
That's right.
So
good.
that
Taking
you
care
know,
of
yeah,
us.
taking care of us.
Yes.
So
Right.
if we're not doing our due diligence and helping them, how can we expect them to help
Help
us?
us.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
That's good.
And that leads up to Daphne is running you all for the Fort Worth School Board. And
District 4.
Huh?
District 4.
District 4, you all. So whoever's in District 4, you need to go out and vote for Daphne Brookins.
Yes.
This is a picture. Oh, you get close as you can. This is who you need to vote for. Don't go in there. Make sure it's her, okay? And
I'm the only
a lookalike.
female.
You know, District 4.
I'm
What
the
did
only
they
female.
cover?
What
District four, what
zip code
area
is it?
does
An
it cover?
area?
Wow, it covers everywhere from I Am Terrell, the STEM Academy, all the way down to Odie Wyatt.
Okay.
and every school in between.
Okay.
Does it
It's
cover
a large-
76134 or 76133?
That's over on McCourt area.
No.
No, okay. But we might not be able to, but you
might know
all can
somebody.
go. You
Yes.
know somebody. You need to
Right.
get out and vote. If you want changes to come about, you
Yes.
need to get out there and vote for Daphne.
Right.
I can only speak for Daphne because I've seen her work. So
Yes.
she is running for the Fort Worth School Board, and I'm going to say it again. Early voting is October the 21st through November the 1st, and we're going to be running this show every day. We want you to log in and share it
Right.
and let everybody hear, because Daphne is going to tell us a little bit why she is going to run for this
Right.
position. And we want you all to know. So, Daphne, what motivates you to want to become a board member?
You know, this wasn't something that I dreamed of one day.
Really?
No, I don't believe so.
You woke up one morning, you said, you know what?
I'm going to run for the
No,
board.
that wasn't it. But I believe that this was bestowed on me by God because of all the things that I've done that has led up to this.
Right.
I've been a school teacher in the classroom from elementary to college,
Wow.
and served on several boards throughout the community, and still to this day working with college kids and serving on those
Yes.
different boards, and then working with social services. So I think that, in order for you to have a child who has a successful career in education, it has to come from the whole house, not just the child.
Yes.
Because a child who can't really concentrate if their home is not stable. And so, that's right. So you don't want the child going to school thinking about adult issues. You want them to be able to go to school and concentrate on their education,
Right.
not wondering if my mom and dad is going to have something to eat at home or if the lights are
good
going to be
point.
off when I get
Yes,
to the house.
yes.
Those are adult situations that a child should not have to think about. They should just be
Exactly.
thinking about their education.
And the audience should know as well that you were deputy
Mayor Pro Tem Forest Hill.
in Forest Hill, so this isn't her
okay.
first time running
Right.
for in office. She is seasoned.
Yeah.
Right. We need
Yeah.
somebody
She's
seasoned. Salt and pepper
Not an
seasoned.
amateur.
Okay?
Right,
Not an
right.
amateur.
And a lot of people know the name because they, see it here and there, but just didn't realize that a lot of the things that have been going on in the community, I've actually had a hand in it some kind of way, whether it be a
Yes.
job fair, career fair,
That's right.
resource fair, health fair,
That's
anything
right.
like that. That was actually part of my job when I worked for the city of Fort Worth, was to do those things. So they've seen my work, they just didn't know who was doing it.
That's the reason why I want y'all to make sure you look at the picture now. And another thing you brought out too about the governor. What you said the governor
He appointed me.
appointed you.
Yeah.
That's a big thing for the governor
Yeah.
of Fort Worth.
No, governor of Texas.
I know it. I was just saying. I want y'all to know it's not the governor of Fort Worth, it's the
No,
governor
no.
of Texas.
Yeah.
So that speaks a whole lot
It's
for
actually
you.
two governors of Texas. So
Two governors have.
Governor Perry actually appointed me first,
See?
and then Governor Abbott reappointed me when he came in.
Wow.
So you're not just getting somebody that don't know what they're doing.
Wet behind
And if
the
the
ears.
governor has that much respect
Right.
to appoint her, not her reelected, he appointed her,
Yeah.
and that speaks very well for
That
you,
speaks
Daphne.
volumes. That's awesome.
That is really a lot, So
Yes.
I am just so
And we
honored.
work together, by the way.
Yeah, I want y'all to know we really.
We work together.
I work with her too, Kim. So so this what motivates a person to have passion for what they love, and our children really need somebody in there that's going to fight for them,
Right.
and because the kids go through so much
Oh
nowadays.
yeah, absolutely.
You know.
It's totally different from when we were kids.
I know it. We had Barbie dolls
The
as
social
kids.
media
Yeah.
and the bullying and all of that is totally different.
Right.
And so it's
Will
definitely
you
on
be
the rise.
able to do anything about the bullying and all of that? Are they doing anything now with the board that?
They actually are starting to do some presentations on, stopping bullying and all of that. But I would definitely like to bring more to the table
Yeah.
about that because, the kids, when they get bullied nowadays, they decide to take their life. They
Yeah,
don't, you know, it
yes.
goes that far.
Right.
And
That
so,
is so
that's
sad.
definitely one of the things I like to work on with the suicide prevention.
Yes.
But also, and I hate to say it, but about the school shooting is rampant. It's out of control, and so
It is.
we need to train the kids on what to do if something like that happens.
Right.
And just because it hasn't happened in your school doesn't mean it's not going to
That's
happen,
right.
or you just hadn't heard about it because you know
Right.
they try to
Right.
keep it concealed unless it's a
Right.
real life
Right.
situation.
Right.
So
Right.
those are a couple other things, and then just being in District 4, there's a lot of opportunities that need to be brought into the district, and I'm glad to see that the high schools are going to be working with TCC more for their continuing ed
Yes.
education and
What about the dual credit? Yes, I love that program.
Odie White actually just got approved to do the dual credit in August, this 2019, just recently.
That's
so where
good.
they can get up to 19 college credits
right.
in
While
high
they're
school
still in high
while they're
school.
still in high school.
Oh, that is-
They can take college credit
Right.
while they're in high school, and when they graduate from high school,
Yeah.
they already almost like got the associate.
They got a lot of them will have their associates
by
or
the time,
certifications. Yeah,
their
by the time they
certification. It's a good
graduate.
program.
Yeah, it gives them a and then it's free. It's through the school, so
Yes.
that's less you have to pay when you get ready to go to
That's
college.
right.
It's 2 years of
Yeah.
debt that you won't have by the
pay.
time.
Oh, that's
That's a
good.
Yeah.
good thing
That's
there.
good.
Okay,
Yeah.
but, okay, the program that you have for the 13 to 24, could they do the same thing?
So with workforce, it's 16 to 24, and yet we do have the
16 to 24.
certification
Okay.
program.
Yeah.
So we
Okay.
work with those young adults, but like I said, our priority for those who are out of school. So we pay for certifications for them to come in and get certified and what is high in demand occupation. So
occupation.
they can go from high school and come straight to us, and we can get them certified, and we
that's
can also do the work experience. So they
Yes.
actually get to practice before they get out there
Yes.
to determine if this is what I really want to do, instead of going out and spending more money to go to college to get your degree and then come out with debt and be like, I don't want to do this.
Right.
This is an awesome, that's an awesome
is.
Yeah.
program.
Yeah. Yes,
But
it
the
is.
thing is how is it being
Marketed.
marketed?
Yeah.
Yes. You know,
Glad you asked
you
that.
Know, you know, it's
Yeah,
an awesome program.
Yes.
And there's a lot of kids
That need to hear.
that need to hear about
Right,
this, as
right.
well as the parent. So how would they market this type of program so someone, regardless of race,
Right.
could get into this program?
Well, that's one of the things that we started doing when I first got on. I've only been at Workforce for a little over a year, but it seemed like it's been a lifetime
It
as soon as I
does.
came in, I came in running.
Right.
So that was one of the things that we started doing was working on a marketing plan,
Right.
and we have like benches and the buses were wrapped
Right. Okay.
at one time, and there was
Okay.
stuff in the malls, but.
Yes.
What I did was when I first came in is because Tarrant County is so large.
Yes, it is.
So Workforce covers all of Tarrant County. So how
Yes.
are we going to make sure that people know about what
Right,
we're doing?
right.
So I divided it up into cohorts. And so I started meeting with the different cohorts, and that's how we were getting the word out. And so now we've met with so many people that our schedule is just crazy. You know,
It
everybody
is.
is calling, wanting us to come and speak to their kids and their programs and stuff like that. So we've definitely made a dent in getting the marketing
that
out
is-
there.
that's
But
excellent.
if when I become trustee, I'm just going to claim that.
Yeah, you are. Yeah.
That'll be an opportunity.
You need to get the governor to just go ahead and appoint you. Already,
That's true. And
Because,
yeah.
it's so many, you have so much passion.
Passion. You
can-
you can tell it in a
You
voice.
can feel
Yeah.
it for the kids.
Yes.
So we just need to tell Governor Abbott to go ahead and
District 4 vote for
Yeah.
Daphne Brookins.
Daphne
Right.
Brookins.
Yes.
Daphne
because your
Brookins.
passion is, and it's not a fake passion.
Right.
Oh, no,
You know how
no.
some people come up and they say they want this and want that, but they want the accolades.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
But you don't want the accolades.
I've always
You want
been behind the
kids.
scenes.
She has-
And
you're right.
It's,
You're
it's,
right
it's,
about
it's
that.
a weird feeling being in front.
Front.
Right.
You know, I tell people I'm the background singer in the back doing all the instruments and
Yeah.
playing. You know,
Right, right.
but now it's just
It's
that
a
time for
different
me to
thing.
step up and be the lead singer.
Yeah.
So
That's right.
it's a
Right.
different feeling. And
Yes, it is.
Right.
Yeah.
God has so much on your life.
Right, right.
That, you just awesome.
oh, thank you.
You truly are, because you don't find people that have that much passion except for co-pastor over here. You know, that love
She has
people,
it all.
regardless
Right.
of
Yeah.
what they say or do.
Right.
You still
Yeah.
lifting them up.
She has
Yeah.
a
You
heart
in the
of people.
background,
Yes.
but you lifting them
And that's
up.
a true
And
leader.
that's why you need to be on this board, because we need a lot of people, regardless of what
That takes
color
it
you are,
serious.
take it seriously.
Yes.
Because those kids out there are hurting.
They need us.
And like you said, they
And
go
they
home.
retaliate,
Yes, they
because
do.
of the hurt.
They go home, and then it's no telling what their parents are going through if
That's
they
right.
fighting,
That's
beating
right.
each other up.
And they become just like
And
them.
they become just like them. But you reaching that, you know how you have a fish hook?
Yeah.
And you throwing it out there.
And she's
you
not
just
catching
put-
those snakes.
No, she's not catching pink
children and bringing them
Right,
in.
right.
You know? But that is so awesome. So
Yes, it
we,
is.
we can feel your motivation and why you want to become that. Do any of you all have a question for Daphne?
We've
Yes.
gone through a lot of
Yeah,
them
we've
this
gone
week.
through a lot of them.
Okay.
I can ask, what do you see as the current challenge facing public education in our state and in our country? And in Tarrant County?
Well, one of the main things I see is that it's the stability in the classrooms. Because the teachers are going, you know, if you're not going to pay your teachers, the teachers are going to leave. And the
Right.
child gets used to being with
That's
a
right.
certain teacher.
Yes.
And then the teacher ups and leave, and the child is like, okay, you know, I have to, you know, get used to somebody else. Or because of, you know, the poverty levels, the parents are moving from bedpost to
Yes.
bedpost, trying
Yeah.
to keep,
Right.
keep the household together.
Yeah.
And,
Right.
you know, a child needs stability in order to excel.
That's
Right.
true. That is
That's
so
true.
true.
And I think that's one of the big problems that we have a lot of kids that are moving around and don't have that,
Ooh.
don't have that, this destiny. This is where I'm supposed to be.
Right.
And they can't
Yeah.
concentrate
Because
long
they
enough.
uproot them.
Right.
That's right.
They're in this school for
Right.
a month, then they're over here in this school for
Right.
another month.
Right, right.
And then by the time they done lost so much.
Right.
Yeah, they can't connect.
Yeah, they can't connect,
Right,
you know,
right.
those dots and everything
Right.
like
Yeah.
that, you know.
Yeah.
You also work with the CAP Works.
Yeah.
You want to share about that? The CAP Works.
Yeah, that was another program that I helped create with the city of Fort Worth.
Did y'all hear that word? Create.
Create.
So you see, she has so much wisdom.
Mm-hmm.
CAP Works.
So Community Action Partners has been a part of the city of Fort Worth for a long time. But when I started working there, I saw a lot of the same people keep coming back and back and back. And I'm like, okay, so if you're able to work, how can I help you find a job? And, you know, some of the things that they would say, you know, I don't have transportation, I don't have an education. Okay, so those are the things that we need to put together as a plan.
Right.
And let me propose that to somebody
Right.
and see if we can get this passed. And it ended up getting passed, and we worked with Tarrant County Trinity Campus first, the first year, and we got so many people came in and got their certification in allied health that the next year TCC took it on and said, okay, let's be partners, and we're going to work together with all of our campuses, not just the one.
Right.
And so that's how CAP Works came about, is that we were working with TCC and Community Action Partners to put people back to work, not just pay their utility bills, but actually give them an opportunity
Right.
to earn their own money and become stable and
Yeah.
self-sufficient.
Because otherwise they'll still
keep
be in the
coming back.
same. That's right.
Keep
they'll
coming back. You gotta
coming
break
back.
the cycle.
Right. And so many of them on that cycle
Right.
of just hand me outs. Like,
Right.
You know, so
Right.
you're doing a great work on that. So what I know it's in the Fort Worth ISD
Right.
school districts, right? So are there's okay? You said OD Wide area.
OD Wide, is
but
the
it's
high school
a
that's in
lot
there.
of schools
Yeah,
in there.
there's a whole lot. It's like Green Crest. There's
Yes.
Oh, there's just
Is
so many.
Glen
It's a-
Park in that? Is that Glen Park Elementary?
no.
Okay,
you're
that's
talking about
not.
Forest Park.
Oh, that's over here.
Yeah.
That's okay. I see what you're saying.
What about charter schools?
There are some charter schools in the district. However, they're not part of Fort Worth
Oh,
ISD.
okay, so
Oh,
they
okay,
can't
so they
count
can't.
that.
Yeah. Now, just because they go to charter school doesn't mean that they can't go through the workforce programs.
Oh, really?
So we can still work with them, you know. But as far as the Fort Worth ISD, they're separate.
Oh, okay.
So with the rise up now, if they don't have a high
that.
school diploma, can they get a high school or a GED diploma through
Rise
that
Up
program?
Absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah, and you don't need to know that because we have a lot of high school dropouts.
Right.
And some of them really want to make a change, you know, and
Right.
they don't know about the program. So Rise Up is one of the programs that we do promote through the
Yeah.
workforce. And if you want any information, you can look us up on Workforce Solution for Tarrant County. And come by one of our offices. We
Right.
have 6 Workforce Solution offices, and you all work-
1515 Sylvania, Riverside Central.
Yeah.
Woohoo!
And a lot of people don't know that this is the one
That's
that used to be
right.
on Lancaster.
Yes,
So they
yes.
they go by Lancaster, they don't see it anymore.
Right.
And they think
They
it's-
just assume it's
that's it.
gone. Yeah.
Right.
So
Right.
this is the one that was on
So
Lancaster.
the one that was on Lancaster called Eastside Workforce Solution
That's right.
is now called what, Kimberly?
Central, and we're at the corner of Riverside and Sylvania. It's where Waste Management used to be, and they moved, but we're there. We're in the old Red Cross building.
Right.
So look for us, 1515 South
And you'll see
Sylvania.
Kimberly probably when you walk in the door.
Yes.
And Daphne is over there too as well. But I'm keep throwing it out. District 4. you
District
need
4.
to vote for Daphne Brookins. District 4. October 21st through
vote,
November
vote,
1st
vote.
is early voting. And if you want to wait till the actual date,
Don't do
it's
that.
November the 5th.
It'll be a
but
long line.
please don't. Because
the
it'll be a
rush.
long line.
Right.
And we know how some people are, they
Yeah.
get tired.
And they
So
turn
go
around.
and do the early vote. I love early voting.
Yeah.
Yes.
I really do
Get out
because
of
you
the
don't
way.
have to rush. You
Yeah.
can take your time.
Yeah.
You can look it over. But you don't need to look. Just select Daphne Brookins.
woman.
Don't look at no other name. Just
only
Daphne
Only female.
Brookins.
Yes,
She's the
yes.
only female that's running for the Fort Worth School Board. And we want to put Daphne in that office, okay?
Yes.
So, Daphne, what specific strength would you bring to the board, to this table?
Well,
I know you got so many of them. Bam!
So much.
I think is my passion for working with the kids, and my drive to help them become successful.
Yes.
Also, just being in the community and getting to know a lot of agencies and networking.
Yes.
When I get in there, they're coming with me. That's not something I'll leave on the
And she
wayside.
loves them, y'all.
And I'll bring those
different
resources
partners and
in.
stuff,
Yeah,
partner
absolutely.
agencies
Because,
will be-
like I said, that's what our youth need. The whole family needs help.
Right.
Those are some of the things that I can bring to the table when I get in there.
And you know so many
Right.
people that can actually help because she's worked with the mayor. She's done everything.
Yeah.
I mean, when I was looking at your Facebook, I was like, Daphne. I was going down and listening to your YouTube videos and everything.
Yeah.
And I know we're going to wrap this up in a few minutes, but I was looking at your card. It's so much, the high points. You said, as our next Fort Worth ISD board member, you will work to include life skills in our
right.
classroom and to prepare our students for life situations.
Right.
Yes.
So what kind of life skills, again, that we want you all to hear what you're going to do with these kids?
Well, I feel like a lot of times our kids, they miss out on manners, learning
Oh,
respect. When I
yes.
say
Wow.
life skill, I'm talking about old school.
Thank you.
skills.
Yes,
yes.
ma'am. Yes, sir.
Yes.
Open the door.
Not too long ago, I went to right.
Yes.
Yes, sir. No, ma'am, and all of
Yes.
that. I went to a restaurant not too long ago, and I just heard this little boy just talking really crazy to his mother, and I was like, there is no way that my mom would allow me
Oh, bam, black ass
to
ma'am.
speak
Woo!
to
No.
speak
Right,
in
right.
that
Right.
to speak to her
Yes.
that tone. That's just
Yes.
crazy. And what has happened to our kids that they
That's
don't
right.
have that respect, but they don't understand that respect goes a long way.
Yes,
Because
thank you.
even if you don't have the skills, you can walk into an office building and you can present yourself a certain way,
Right.
and they'll accept
Yes.
that.
Right. Right.
I
right.
know my son was one of the workers at the YMCA downtown, and you know, I would hear all the time, "Oh, your son is so well spoken. He's so respectful." That's old school.
That's right. And it make you feel good too.
Yeah,
Yes.
he does that when I'm not around.
That's
Right.
right.
You know, don't have to do
Yes,
that in front of
yes,
people. And
yes.
that's some things that I want to bring back to our youth is learning that respect and manners and all of that. And also soft skills. You know,
Yes.
a lot of our kids, that's why they can't hold a job.
Thank
Because
you.
they don't have the soft skills. They don't know, oh, I'm supposed to call in if I'm going to be late.
Right.
You know, or if,
Just
if
don't
the
be
baby
late.
is sick, you know, I need to
Yeah.
call my
Right,
boss, stuff
right,
like that.
right.
You know, no gossiping at the water cooler, all
Thank
that kind of
you.
stuff.
And passing rumors and all
Right. I
this
mean,
stuff.
if they're doing it
You're
in high
right.
school, if they don't learn those skills before
That's
they
right.
get into a
Business
job,
atmosphere, that's
right, they're
right.
not going to keep the job
That's
because
true. That's
the
true.
employers are going to feel like they're not ready.
Right.
And they want somebody, well, from what I've heard with
Yes.
employers, they want somebody they don't have to micromanage. They want
Right,
somebody that
right.
can
They come
come in
in.
and do the job that they're supposed
The
to do. They don't have to
integrity
worry
of
about all
it.
that extra
Right.
stuff.
Right.
You're going to do your job whether the boss is there or not.
Right.
Right.
And
right.
this is a big problem with our youth nowadays because when we talk to employers, the first thing they'll say,
Yeah.
they don't have any kind of mannerism. They don't.
No soft skills.
They don't come in on time.
Yeah.
Then they want to leave early.
Yeah.
They take long lunches and all of this stuff. And they,
Yeah.
what's up?
Yeah.
High five and calling them the N word. And that is just, we just heard that just a few minutes
Ooh.
ago.
Yeah, yeah.
And London was ready to I said,
Oh.
London, remember what we are.
Better leave it alone.
But you know, that's from that
but-
village back in the day.
Yeah, we
that was
did
a village.
that.
If I got in
Right.
trouble at school, best
Yeah.
believe I got whooped all the way to the house.
Thank
Tell
you.
me
And
about
then they
it.
would come and tell my
Thank
parents.
you.
That's right.
This is what
And
she
then
did. They
most
got
of the
whipped
time,
again.
The parents knew before you got home.
Oh,
They
yeah.
waiting
Oh,
there with the
absolutely.
belt of the switch.
Absolutely,
You know, and
absolutely.
but you know what? I can
Yeah.
tell those children that are being reared by old school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they
You
will
can tell.
say, yes, ma'am.
That's right.
No, ma'am. They
Open
will
the
say
door
that, and they'll
for
open
you.
the door
Right.
for you.
Right.
And they'll wait. And I'm like, gosh, they actually say yes,
Yeah.
ma'am. Because, you know, I go into the school a lot, and I speak before kids. That's how I met Cynthia. And one of the boys, while I was up speaking, he over there doing push-ups. And I'm like, really? You doing
Yes.
push-ups while I'm speaking?
Yes.
And they tell me, well, he was a quarterback. I didn't care if he was a quarterback or not. I told them to
Okay.
excuse him out.
Okay. Right.
And then the
That's
guy brought him back
disrespectful.
in there and said, you're going to apologize
Yeah.
to her.
Yeah.
You know, and then he apologized and
Yeah.
everything. But they have so many respect for these titles of quarterbacks and all of
Yes,
that.
right.
But you need to have a title for yourself
That's
because
right.
these teachers are going to be the one that may have to give you a reference.
Right.
You see?
Yeah.
So you're going to do a good thing because if you're trying to do the life skills and
Right.
preparing them, and what they don't realize is this is going to carry them through
Oh yeah.
life.
This is marketable skills that they
Yes.
can use
Right.
anywhere.
Anywhere. Anywhere.
Whether it be a
And
job or
people-
education, because
Yes.
you still, even if you're going to college, you got to go through a
yeah,
review or
thank
interview.
you.
Right.
Yeah.
And if you go in there
Right.
acting like that,
And that's an
they're not
X.
going to want you on their campus.
And they're going to remember you too.
Oh, yeah,
with the
absolutely.
snagging pants
Yeah.
and
Oh, yeah.
all of that. You know,
Right.
I know
Right.
some schools.
First impressions is a lot.
Thank you.
Yes, it is.
Thank
You're
you.
right.
And you know, some of the schools are going to uniform
Yeah.
because of the way these kids
Right.
dressing.
Yeah.
They're gonna, entertain.
Well,
any
you know,
of
some
that.
schools already have that,
yeah.
like the Young
I
Men's
think
Leadership
that's
Academy
good,
yeah.
and
I
the
think
Young
that's
Women's
good.
Leadership Academy. I think there's just a way that you can do it where you don't have to go to a uniform.
Yes.
But you have to make sure that you're with them, and every day
Yes.
they come in and you watch them when they come through the door to make sure that they are doing what they're supposed to do. Because
Yes.
I don't think you have to go to that extreme, but I know that there's some schools that do that.
Yeah.
But
To
the
hold
thing is,
down,
when they
yeah.
go dressed up like that, it changes their
It changed.
whole attitude.
Thank you. Yes, it does.
Well, maybe
it makes
they
them
oughta-
feel better. I think.
Maybe they should have 3 months uniform and then, see how they act. And
That's
then if they, if they
The
do
month of spring
well,
break.
Yeah.
then
3 months.
But at least you wouldn't have to worry
December.
about the kids bullying them over their
Yeah,
shoes,
over their clothes
and
and,
shoes,
and
right.
clothes, because all of them will be dressed alike.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, that goes in with your life skills and
Yeah.
all of
Right.
that.
Mm-hmm.
Also, it says you are preparing our young people for successful,
Mm-hmm.
self-sufficient lives, whether that mean college or vocational
That's right.
training, to directly enter the workforce. I'm just reading off some of these things that she's already elaborated on.
Right.
But I want you all to hear, because we're going to be running this. Running this here over and over. Daphne will also help our students reach their goals. and become our next. Y'all say it. Next generation of successful leaders. And that's what we need. Because some of these kids might be our next president.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yes.
They could be our next
After President
president.
Obama,
Thank you.
anything is possible.
That's
Yeah,
right.
that's true.
And he
That's
never
true.
would have thought as a little boy he would
Right.
be, but
Right.
somebody was training him
Right.
as a little boy to be a leader.
Yeah.
Right.
And that's what we need to do is to train our kids. Now the Bible says to train up a child.
That's right.
And that could be in anything. We need to
That's
train
true.
them up in the right way.
Yeah.
So when they do get into the presence of those things. And I know you are doing an awesome job with them. And you know what's so good about Daphne? You know, I work with Daphne with her kids with a Rising Star. Those kids love her. I mean, you talking about kids that they just get around like bees around her. And they speak so, I'm getting chills just thinking about it. How they speak. I'm telling you the truth, gospel truth. They speak so well of you, Daphne. And Daphne gets so passionate. I was looking at your video where she was actually crying
Choked up.
on the video because she was dealing with these kids that's going through so much.
Right.
And I know it has to affect you.
Oh
when
yeah, I
you hear
definitely
that
take
story.
it home, and I
Yes.
try. I try to cut everything off at 5 o'clock, but sometimes I just
You can't do it.
And so it's so funny. My husband has gotten me a little a light, and a little diary. So when I wake up in the middle of the night, I
You
can
can
just
write.
write stuff down.
Yeah.
yeah,
That is neat.
because I be waking up in the middle of the night thinking of I said God be like. tugging
Wake
on
up,
me.
Daphne.
Yeah, you need to write this down because I need
Yes,
you to do this.
yes.
And it might not be today, but it's going to happen.
Right.
And
Yes.
so I get up and I just write those things down. And I'm like, okay, one day this is going to come to fruition.
That's right.
Right.
So-
How many
That's
kids
good.
do you have?
Personally, I only have 2.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's good.
Two
Both
boys.
of them grown, right? She has 2 boys. I have 2 boys. We're in
have
common
3
right
boys.
there again.
Yes, yes. Kim, you have 2 boys?
I have 3 boys.
Oh, 3 boys.
And you have 2. And all of us
Now
got
see,
young men
we got
out
these
there.
young
And she
men.
has 1. See, we need these young men.
I'm sorry, we need to be that village to
That's
help
right.
our young men.
Help
Well, I
them
wanna
out.
share
And I
this.
really like that.
I want to share this when you was talking about the kids not having manners and stuff. My son just had his first job at Waffle House over the summer, right? And one day he came home, he said he was so dejected because he didn't get a tip from this older 2 ladies. And I said, well, why? I said, did they tell you why they didn't tip you? And he said, oh yeah, they told me. And I said, well, what did they say? And he said, well, they said I brought the tip before. I brought the checkout before the food. And they said that
Oh,
was
my
bad manners.
God.
And they said no food. And he brought they brought the check. He brought him the check, and I was like, Nashawn, you did not do that. He's 16, but I'm like, that's just common sense. Like we would have never thought to do
But
no
they still
craziness
could
like
have,
that.
told
But
them
you
they
know-
gave him a
but-
tip. They were just stingy.
Yeah, they
But they gonna get paid for
still-
food.
That was
still
backwards,
coulda-
but
I mean,
you can't
they
bring nobody
still
though.
would.
You know,
You can't bring nobody the bill though, and they ain't got their food
they could
yet.
tell he's young and he's trying to learn.
Yes,
they
he's
could have,
trying
you
to
know what I'm
learn.
saying? They could have motivated him.
But those are things that are teachable. Those are teachable
Right.
moments that
Yes.
we can
Right.
I'ma
go
get him
back
a
and talk
tip.
to him.
But Daphne, I think when there a program where you all taught them how to set the tables up? Or,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they teach them how to.
Etiquette.
Yeah,
Oh,
the
yeah.
etiquette of that.
Yeah,
I
like a
love that
dining
part.
etiquette.
Yes, that was the dining etiquette.
And one of the reasons
Yeah.
why we did the dining etiquette
Yes.
is because you never know when you're going to have a lunch or
Yes.
luncheon.
Right. Yes.
And they might want you to come to a banquet or a conference.
That's right.
And
That's
you need to
right.
know, okay, which fork, knife, and all of that, because you have a whole bunch of things
Right,
on the table.
Which
And
one to pick
grown-ups
up?
don't even know.
That's true.
So why not, train a
That
child
was so
early?
nice.
Right.
Because
I love
that says a lot about the child. If they know these things, so the people that they're eating lunch with, that's impressive to
That-
them. That
yeah,
they
they
actually
pick
know
up the-
which
right.
fork and
Fork,
which knife
yes.
and
But
all of that.
I like that.
Back in the day, we had home economics.
Yes.
Yes, we did.
And we had
Yeah.
home
That's what I'm talking
and
about,
our
life
teachers
skills.
taught us
They taught us
all
that.
the life skills.
That's right.
How to
Fork,
wash
how
and
to
everything.
set up, how
Yes.
to iron, how
Yeah.
to cook, and everything.
Yes,
and,
ma'am.
you got graded.
Yeah.
On
Yes,
how
you did.
Yeah. I
Present your
remember that.
table.
And home ec.
Oh yes.
Yes. Yeah.
They didn't do that.
I mean, they did home ec, but not to that extent.
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
Now, a lot of schools did back then, yeah.
But
Yeah,
yeah,
back
they're
then
much
we didn't
older
do
than
all
you.
of that.
Well, you was in Nebraska then. When,
Yes, yes.
See, this is
Oh,
Texas.
this is Texas.
So they don't-
I mean, I was
No,
already
no, in Texas, we
But
do
see, as
everything
we-
big.
yeah,
Arkansas did as well.
You're much younger.
Or egg or something.
It was the
Exactly,
South.
Generation
You know, the
X.
South-
That's
Yeah,
us.
yeah,
That's,
yeah,
that's,
yeah.
yeah.
Well, you know, the
Change.
South teaches you those stuff,
Yeah.
etiquette and how to dress and, well, you know, because I couldn't wear stockings until I turned almost 17. You know, I still had to wear the bobby socks and all that.
Wow.
So, you know, but
That
it's
was so
different
cute.
now.
Yeah,
you know.
it's definitely different now.
Ooh, I'm so glad that's different because I don't want to be in Bobby Socks instead.
She said, "What?"
In the black and white.
But
I know, right?
what I know you're going to do a lot
Yeah.
for this Fort Worth School
Yes.
Board for these children.
Yes, I can feel
It says here on here, and I'm reading this card, you all. It's clear why Daphne Brookins, Daphne, say it, you all, Daphne Brookins
Brookins.
has been called a change agent.
Yes.
it. Wow.
With the resignation of our Fort Worth School Board member, Dr. T.A. Sim, we have a chance to change our schools for the better. And the only way you can do that is District 4.
District 4.
District 4, please, don't wait till November the 5th.
Right.
Go out. Early voting is October the 21st through November the 1st. You won't have to rush. You can go to any voting place
Right.
and vote, so you don't have to worry about going to that one spot. You can go anywhere to vote. If you don't know where, I'm pretty sure you can look it up on Google, and
Right.
it'll show you where
Or
you
Tarrant
all
County
the places.
website.
What was that?
Tarrant County website.
Tarrant County website, and it'll show you all the voting polls where you can go. And the only name you need to remember is Daphne Brookins. Okay, Daphne, we're getting ready to close this out. What are your last words that you want, and why should they vote for you, Daphne?
Well, if they want somebody who is action oriented,
I like that.
if you
Action.
want to get something done,
Right.
She's the
don't
one.
tell me because it will get
It will get done.
It will
I
get
can
done.
vouch for that.
Yeah, for
Yeah, that
sure.
is. That truly is.
I see a lot of opportunities in District 4, and like I said, I've already started, whether I win or not, and I was just playing
That's
a while
true.
ago,
She's
whether
like
I win
that.
or not, I do see a lot of things that I could bring to the table for District 4, and I've
Right.
already started putting a lot of those things in motion.
Right.
So whether I live in there or not, it's going to happen.
It's going to
Right.
happen.
All right.
You all heard her. It's going to happen. She is a change agent. If you want something done,
Yeah.
you got to vote for Daphne Brookins. You want it done. Anything that you want accomplished, Daphne is going to get it done. Okay? You want me to preach a Oh, no. But anyway.
Can I ask, I know
Okay.
that you said that was the last question.
Okay.
Okay, what if people don't have websites? Is there a phone number that they can call, or, you know, sometimes they can have, you can get rides to the poll, like elderly people? Do y'all have some set up like that for,
Not for this election, because as a matter of fact, this is the only election in November 5th.
right?
Yeah.
So, because the other are propositions
Position.
and stuff like that, so
Right.
this is
10
the
of
only
them, I think,
one.
yeah.
Right.
So that's why the early voting is so important,
Important.
Yeah.
Okay.
instead of waiting to the last minute. But that doesn't say, just because it hasn't happened yet, doesn't mean it won't.
That's true.
We still got a little time, so
Yeah.
That's true.
that may be something that we can do.
Right.
For that.
Yeah, they, yeah.
Okay. We want to thank Daphne for taking her time out to be on the Talk of Life talk show. And I'm just going to trust and believe that it's already done, Daphne. It's already
Yes,
done.
yes.
And she has a passion for this. And please, you all, Daphne Brookins for the Fort Worth School Board, all of those that know me, you better vote for Daphne.
Yes.
And I mean it. You better vote for Daphne.
Daphne
All of them that know Cynthia, Linda, and Kimberly, you all go out and vote.
Vote.
We always talk about we want change.
Right.
Yes.
But we never want to go out and vote for the change. And then we'll be the first one that want to complain why this is going on, why our children is going through this, why this, because you didn't go out and vote.
Right.
I mean, that's for any election. You need to go out and vote. Too many people have died for us to go out and vote, for us to sit at home. Whether you like it or not, whatever, we need change in the community.
And let the 18-year-olds know that their vote does count.
Yes. Your vote count, 18 and up.
Yep.
If you're 100, your vote still count. And you walking on a cane, your vote still count, okay? So please don't let nobody tell you that
Right.
your vote does not count. Yes, it does.
It does.
One vote could make a big difference
That's right.
in any election.
Right.
And I've heard it all the time. Oh, my vote doesn't count.
count.
Yes, it does.
Especially
what if
local
everybody
government.
did that?
Especially
That's
local
the thing, is
government.
local
Yeah.
government, because
Right.
the local government builds up the other.
That's right.
And people think that it's the big people up there. No. The small ones are the ones that have more input on some of that.
Yep.
So we want to make sure, if we want to make a change in the Fort Worth School Board in District 4, remember, I'm going to close out with this. Daphne Brookins for Fort Worth School Board. Early voting is October the 21st through November the 1st. Don't wait till November the 5th. But if you have to, still vote anyway. Thank you, Daphne. We appreciate it. May God bless you and keep you. And please share this all the way up to November the 5th. Keep sharing it. Share it on your Facebook page,
Right.
YouTube. Please spread the word for Daphne Brookins, going to be our next Fort Worth School Board.
Man.
Hi, I have a few announcements I would love to introduce you to. The first one is, have you ever gone to the hospital and they was getting ready to take your blood and you got stuck so many times? I would like to introduce you to A+ School of Phlebotomy, the art of the draw, where the CEO is Alicia White. 817-948-0373. Again, that number is 817-948-0373. Your yard will look so good, you'll forget my name. Whatchamacallit Landscape. Owner and CEO, Derek Brackens, 682-400-9255. If you want your lawn to look beautiful, check him out. Again, 682-400-9255. Rent your next event with the Kirk Booth photo booth. Check us out at www.thekirkbooth.com, where the CEO is Emmanuel Kirkwood, 214-210-8562. And we do all events, so check us out at www.thekirkbooth.com.